Hi guys, do you know that effective prospecting is one of the ways by which you can actually 10x your revenue in your business or as a salesperson? Join me as I talk about how you can build an effective prospecting system that is personalized to you and can help you to 10x your revenue in your business or as a salesperson. So one of the things that I realize is that as a salesperson or as someone who runs business, one of the things that you need to continuously give yourself over to is prospecting. And what does that mean? Prospecting is the ability for you to actually reach out to the people who your product is best suited for, that can continue to help you, bring in, revenue into that business. Because the more people that you have coming to patronize you, the more you continue to increase your revenue. And how do you do that? You need to do that by actually reaching out to those people and getting them to always be interested in what you're doing. And prospecting is not just something that you do once, because it's a numbers game. Because not everyone that you talk to will actually come to you to buy from you. So you need to continue to fill that pipeline so that you have more people who can actually build interest in your business or in your services. And so it's not just something that we do once, but it's something that we continuously do. So today I'm going to be sharing with you how you can effectively build some systems or some things that you can do that can help you to actually continue to build up that pipeline so that you have people who are on the queue to patronize your business or your services. So one of the things that you need to do is that for prospecting, you need to be intentional. So I realize that a lot of times when I'm actually intentional about reaching out to people for our business or our services, most often than not, you actually get people who will call in to say, yes, I'm interested in what you're trying to do. But when you just leave it to chance, or when we just leave it for a while without doing anything about it, we always have little people calling in to do business with us. So I made up my mind to say that for you to actually always get people to be interested in your product or service, you must actually create a time when you are reaching out to people that you know can come and patronize your product or your service. And this is something that we must do intentionally and not something that we do casually. The second thing that you need to do is that you can also look at your contact. So every one of us actually have people within our contact or within our network that know someone that might be interested in what you're trying to sell or what you're trying to do. Even if it's not someone that is interested at the immediate, but they can actually link you up to people that can be prospects for your business. So for example, if you're actually selling, let's say, software services to people, if you go through your contact, you actually know people who work within certain organizations that they can actually tell you if the organizations are in need of that kind of software or not. Or if you're actually doing things like nails, or you're making hair, or you're selling things online, clothes or perfumes or shoes, if you go through your contact list, you actually see that there are people within your list that might have friends or that might have families that they can tell you about who might be interested in what you're trying to do. So that's something that you can also look at effectively to be able to actually continue to build your pipeline and have effective prospects that come and buy or patronize your product or your service. The third thing you need to do is that you can meet your prospects on the digital channels that they are currently on. So recently I was talking to someone in my neighborhood, and she makes nails. And she was telling me that, you know that one of the things that she does is to put her services on Facebook. And that was when I then realized that within my neighborhood, that one of the places that people actually go on to search for things is Facebook. And she was telling me how she doesn't even need customers again, that she's actually very booked. She doesn't really need people again to patronize her. And I was wondering, wow, that is something really interesting. So what that means is that within our neighborhood, anyone who is trying to sell something needs to utilize that channel. And that was the thing that I began to think about. And I also started advising some of my friends to do. So you need to actually think and ask yourself, the people you're trying to reach, what channels are they currently on? Where do they go? So if you identify the channels that they are on, if it's WhatsApp, if it's Instagram, if it's Twitter, if it's TikTok, go on those channels and drop your message in there so that they can actually be the people that will be seeing what you're trying to do. Then the fourth thing that you also can do is to attend events or networking sessions where you know that your prospects will be in. So if you're selling real estate, for example, and your target is high-profile customers, maybe people within the banking sector or high network individuals within finance sector or something, you can identify events in those spaces and go there and try and exchange contact and speak to people about what you do. because that is where you're able to meet the people that can actually be interested in what you're trying to sell. So that is also something that is effective. Look for events within the industry that you're currently playing in and try and attend. Have your business card with you so that you can share with them when you finish. And that is an effective way to actually get prospects for your business or your service. So you have to realize that prospecting is a numbers game. The more people you reach out to, the more opportunity for you to actually get people who will be interested in what you're doing. If this video has actually been useful to you, kindly share with as many people that you know that will need this, and turn on your notification bell to get a lot of exciting tips from us. And if you're yet to subscribe to this channel as well, kindly go ahead to do so. Thank you so much for staying tuned to this video. See you next time.